Tired of images stuck in place in Word? One simple setting unlocks free movement. Here's how to fix it in seconds. First, click the image to select it, then change its position setting. Finally, drag it anywhere you want. So let's start with the very first action. You need to click on the image. Now this sounds obvious, but here's the thing. Most people just assume that once they've inserted a photo, they should be able to grab it and move it. But Word has this default setting where the image is treated like a giant letter. It sits in line with your text, and you can only bump it up or down a line. It's incredibly frustrating, so go ahead and click on the image you want to move. Just one click. When it's selected, you'll see little circles around the edges. Those are the sizing handles. That's how you know you've got it. Now find the position option in the toolbar. Up at the top of your screen, right next to where it says Picture Format, you'll see a button that literally says Position. Click on that, and here is where the magic happens. A grid will pop up with a bunch of little boxes showing different spots on the page. Top left, center, bottom right, and so on. But pay attention to this one. At the very bottom of that menu, there's usually an option that says More Layout Options. You can click that, or if you see a choice that says With Text Wrapping, pick that instead. What you are really doing here is telling Word, stop treating this image like a letter. Let it exist on its own layer, separate from the text. You want to choose any of the text wrapping options. I usually go with square or tight, because that lets the text flow around the image neatly. But even if you choose behind text or in front of text, you get the same freedom to drag it anywhere. The key is just breaking it out of that in-line with text prison. After changing the setting, you can drag the image freely. Let me show you how. Now that you have selected a text wrapping option, just click and hold on the image. Drag it across the page. See that? No resistance. It moves exactly where you want it. You can place it in the middle of a paragraph, in the corner, or even right on top of the text if you want a watermark effect. Here is a practical tip that I use all the time. Once you have the freedom to move your image, Word sometimes gets a little sticky with alignment. It might snap your picture to the edges of paragraphs or margins. If that snap is driving you crazy, hold down the Alt key on your keyboard while you drag. That overrides the snap and lets you place the image pixel perfectly wherever you want. Another thing worth mentioning, and this comes from real hands-on experience with this exact problem. Watch out for anchors. When you move an image, you might see a little anchor icon appear next to a paragraph. That anchor is telling you which paragraph your image is attached to. If you delete that paragraph, your image disappears. So if you want your picture to stay put on the page no matter what, right-click the image, go to Wrap Text, and then choose Fix Position on Page. That locks it in place completely. So now you can drag your images wherever you want with no more frustration. It is one of those tiny settings that makes a massive difference in how you work. Give it a try on your next document, and you will wonder why you ever put up with stuck images in the first place.